Okay. Etta, what are you texting me? What's happened?
Oh, yeah, she wants
Okay.
to talk about a whole scheme of other things that's been going on.
Okay, so, oh boy, you might want to sit down. Okay, so this is going to, quick and painless as possible. So after the storm yesterday, I went to get my car and I was driving back to the house and Matt was outside in the driveway. So and Tessa shows up. See the done inside. Andy, Glorion, and Alex Domino. Are discussing something amongst and I were both standing there. We were kind of confused because they were being very. We're trying. We just need to who hurt a lot of people. And Tessa kind of got a little nervous and was like, well, I mean, that could have been a lot of people. There were, a lot of mad. I can't remember. Person.
As much as that limits it down, I'm still got two people in mind.
Norman Bones.
Okay.
So, Tessa shut down and refused to talk about it. She says, I have left that behind me and I'd rather not discuss it. And so Matt didn't press it.
Wait, Matt?
Yes.
What do you mean, Matt?
Matt was talking to Barrick and Andy and Glorion because apparently the four of them were searching. So I'm guessing. Okay, so full disclosure, I know all about this person. Again, I use the term lightly. Balto told me years ago. I know. I also know that he recently spoke to Flop when he shouldn't have. And I'm pretty fucking angry about it, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I did speak to Flop, and he has no intention of entertaining anything in regards to that. So we don't have to worry about him trying to go seek answers or whatnot.
Yeah.
He did tell me that said entity did text him, but he didn't respond.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I figured you might want to know. So all of that, you know, Tessa kind of dipped because she wanted to decorate our house. So I gave her the key, and she did that. I went up on the roof to take care of some paperwork that I was working on for city council stuff. Um, and I saw Matt, Barrick, Andy, Glorion, and Alex all ride off on bicycles.
Hey,
So Barrick, I'm assuming because of his crush on Andy, has been drawn into that bullshit because I remember Balto telling me how very involved Andy was in it before.
she was, yeah.
Uh, so I'm guessing Andy has dragged Barrick into it, and Barrick is dragging Matt into it.
Did you give the context as to why Andy might be dragging Barrick into it?
I I don't know because they have some kind of situationship thing going on.
Yeah, basically for Andy.
Yeah, he's trying to
TLDR.
score brownie points with her. But he's trying to drag Matt into it. And every time, okay, I know this sounds incredibly biased given my opinion of Barrick, but every time I turn around, dragging Matt into one thing after another. Being the latest case, last night, I had told him before he rode off that I wanted to have a discussion with him.
With Barrick or
And
Matt?
with Matt, because
Right.
I was concerned because I had a feeling that they were talking about this entity, and I wanted to just kind of try and persuade him not to get involved. Um, because of course Flop did, you know, when he told me, he also told me that said entity is back.
Right.
Thank you. And so, you know, a little bit of panic and whatnot. Well, you know, Matt then disappeared for about 4 hours. And so I was sitting on the roof. Sean woke up and came out and was talking to me. I haven't told him all of the details, but I told him enough that he is aware of how dangerous this could potentially be. Um, and so then I called Matt. He answered, and he did not sound himself. And apparently he was drunk with Barrick. So he told me, and he, like I said in the text message, he insisted he was fine. You know, he said
Hey,
that he was with
Justin.
somebody that he trusted, and he didn't tell me. I just assumed because he left with Barrick that, you know, Barrick and said, "Is Matt with you?" After I spoke to him, and he said, "Yeah."
Matt don't drink though. Are you sure he was
I
drunk?
know. Yes, and that's what I was telling Sean. I was like, it's not, something is wrong, but he won't tell me. He insists that everything is fine. He said he was just out drinking with friends. You know, it's no big deal. I mean, he was, I don't want to say he was dismissive because it sounds almost like he was being disrespectful, but he was being dismissive in the that he didn't want me to worry, you know?
Yeah, welcome to Matt Rhodes.
Yeah,
Mr.
I know.
Bottle it up until it all comes out.
But and again, I know this sounds biased, but I think that The sooner that the two of you get out of that house and away from Barrick, the better. Because Barrick is a train wreck on a good day, especially right now. And I don't want him dragging my family into his bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I'll have a chat with Matt. See what's going on. Um, if I'm gonna guess, if he was aware of this, was it a journal?
Yeah.
This journal and who it belonged to and that kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, he told me not to get involved, so I don't know why. I don't know. It doesn't
Oh,
make a
that
lot of
was another
sense.
thing. When we were on the phone, because, he was doing whatever. And I told him, I was like, well, Matt, I was like, the chat that I wanted to have with you is this. I said, do you remember those years ago when you made me swear to you that I would never go near the lighthouse? And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, I kept that promise. And I, to this day, have never gone near the lighthouse. I'm well aware of what transpired there. And I will continue to never step foot near that place. I said, and he goes, good, good, keep it that way. And I was like, but right now, I need you to promise me the same thing. Promise me that from this moment, you will never go near the lighthouse or have anything to do with anything in or
God damn it.
around it. And he promised me. He said, over the phone, pinky swear.
Okay.
So, but then he pulled over Glorion earlier while I was in the car with him, and Glorion was like, Matt, we found page 3. He didn't respond, he didn't acknowledge it that I could hear, but I
Okay.
just, I I'm just worried because Balto told me everything. He told me about you. He told me about what really happened to Flop.
Yeah. It was
And why.
pretty dicey for a minute.
That's putting it mildly. And I will be damned if Barrick, trying to score brownie points with his new love interest of the month, is going to put my family into harm's way again. I will put 3 in his chest before I let that happen.
Well, let me talk to Matt first, and hopefully we won't have to go that far. And I'll let you know how that goes. All right. But thank you for letting me know.
Of course, of course. And I mean, I tr- I tried to talk to him. I tried to get him to talk about it tonight too, but he insists that everything is okay.
Well, I think it's what I said the other day at the bloody eclipse meeting.
Mm.
If we're gonna, I don't know whether you've made Maple aware of the whole situation yet, but if we're gonna get through this and we're gonna stay a family and make this whole thing work, then we gotta
Mhm.
be honest with each. It goes from
Yeah.
us too. So he's gotta be honest. So we'll see how that
Yeah.
conversation goes.
Okay. If he's gonna be honest with anybody, it's gonna be you.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
All
yeah,
right.
so I think that's pretty much it. It's just Like like Ziggy said, I sit and I watch, and I'm very, very observant, and I'm not dumb.
Almost too observant for your own good sometimes, Peter.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of an overthinker sometimes.
right, okay.
Am I right,
Yeah,
Maple?
Just a little bit.
yes, I am well aware of how bad I am about overthinking things. So, but
Okay.
thankfully, he is patient and understanding, and he talks me down. So,
Yeah.
you look lovely, by the way.
Thanks.
I like the suit.
And it's soaking wet now. You gotta
Yep.
get it dry cleaned.
Yeah, well, you still look great.
All right. Well, you two take care of yourselves, okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah.
Right. Love you.
I'm gonna text you so you can know my phone.
What the hell is going on?